what I want to do today. I want to give you my base tour to show you where we left off, and then I want to switch over to the server and ask a lot of questions about what's going on around here. Because what? Oh, there's my tainted chicken. He's trying to attack me. Stupid chicken. I'll tell you how in a little bit. All right, chicken, get out of the way. All right, load in. These are the immersive tech mining machines. Yeah, I'm not too happy with how slow these things are, but I really don't like the concept. You know, this is like regular blocks and this is like ore blocks. You have to have this big old huge footprint just for a little bit of ore. The mod pack is broke. There is a ore that you need in order to make this, and it's not in the mod pack. It has been removed by the environmental tech developer. So here's how I had to fix it. I had to open the JSON file for Java. I had to add the ore back into the code. Then I had to run the game until it actually excavated the ore, which is rare. In fact, let's do this. I'll show you. I made sure it was a very, very rare drop. I made it like a 4% chance that it would actually drop or mine it up. Then once I had it, then I could upgrade my machines to the top tier. Anyway, so that was environmental tech. I did the Galacticraft, and man, that was a pain in the butt because I knew nothing about this mod pack. I was watching video after video after video. You know, you had to build a heat-proof furnace, and then you had to build crystallizer and a chemical reactor. What else? Precision assembler. You had to build all this stuff. Then you had to electrolyte water into hydrogen and oxygen, and then you had to pump it into here to make rocket fuel. You had to build a space suit. Had to do a rolling machine in order to roll out some material. It was a pain in the butt. And once you got all that done, that was only the first half. The second half was you actually had to build the rockets. And you got to go to the moon. Well, I made it to the moon, but the problem was I had no fuel to get back. So I took some of these resources. Ha 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 ha. No oxygen detected. Yeah, that's because I'm not wearing a spacesuit. Anyway, this is the rocket ship that I actually flew to the moon. And it doesn't have any fuel left in it. But I brought these blocks with me because I planned ahead. I just dug down until I found a cave with the dilithium I needed. Now here's the funny thing. Once you find dilithium on the moon, dilithium will start spawning in the overworld, so you don't have to come back. And this moon is not as good as the moon on Galacticraft. I went ahead and finished the Twilight Forest. I think you saw me kill the Hydra. You didn't get to see me kill the Urgas. That was a little tricky because you have to trap it, kind of like a Ghostbuster. Killed the Snow Queen. Went to the inn, got the egg, killed the Ender Dragon. And then I even went out and killed the Chaos Dragon because I needed the Chaos Dragon in order to make Draconic crafting. And the reason I needed Draconic crafting and Chaos Shards is because I needed to make that. Oh my god, I don't like embers. You have to basically create a refinery to refine your crystal shards. Once you refine it, then you have to process it. Basically what this is doing is producing power, and the power looks like this. It's kind of like a wireless power, but it's kind of got a limited range. I got a couple of batteries that store it and spread it out elsewhere wherever I need it. I got a refinery that uses power. Got a press. I can stamp out ingots. I got a smeltery, or they call it a meltery, which is a really dumb way to use this thing. But it's making something I needed for a quest. Same way with this. You got your little laser beam that goes on here, and it's kind of like an arcane enchanting table, and you got your little crystals up here. You also have to put crystals around this, believe it or not. Oh, see, it's drawing power. As it needs power, it uses it. I do kind of like the anvil. If I put something on here that I want to recycle, boom, it gives me my ingots back. That's the best thing about this whole mod. This is just nothing more than a big battery. It takes all this stuff and stores it. Anyway, I finished the Embers mod pack. It looks cool. Draconic Evolution. This was kind of like the icing on the cake. In fact, let's see how much power I've been able to save up. 18 trillion RF, and we're growing at a rate of 1.7 million per tick. One thing I did learn and love is these little flux gates. They're nice. What blew up? What is blowing up? Do you hear that explosion? You've got to be kidding me. Dude, he just threw a hole in my base. Can you believe that? Oh, man. I'll tell you what. This is why we can't have nice things around here. I'm going to have to kill him. He's going to destroy my base. Look at that. Die. Oh, look. Well, we now have a new patio. If you remember, I made my draconic reactor, or not, my big reactor. I am producing a lot of power, kind of non-stop, but in order to save on Yellorium, one of the ways I was actually saving Yellorium is I put one of these flux gates so that I would only be passing 1 million RF, even though my big reactor can do 1.8 million RF per tick. It was eating up too much Yellorium, so I kind of turned it in half, cut it in half. So that was kind of cool. I can slow down the production of power from my big reactor. This took me a while to figure out. The actual reactor that produces power, I had to have a flux gate for the shield, and I had to have a flux gate for the output. You have to have shield power. This is what we're producing. Part of this goes back into here. You kind of have to control that. Right now I've got it cranked at 890,000 RF. I wanted to do 2 million. Try to crank it up too fast, I lose my shield and it blows up. Anyway, the last mod pack I want to show you is Thaumcraft. They did not put Thaumcraft into the quest. So every quest is done. Every game's over. And I haven't done Thaumcraft 6 yet. So I started playing around with it. This is where I want to build my arcane altar. But I only made it about as far as making Nitor. Nitor is kind of like my illumination wand, except I think it's a little better. My illumination wand looks like that, whereas Nitor looks like that. It does just as much glow, but you don't actually see any of the particles. But I needed to throw some stuff in the pot here, and I kind of accidentally made some taint. Let me show you what I made. Took some coal. Yeah, see the purple stuff? Yeah, that's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. Well, anyway, it made like a big purple cloud that flew up here. And if you'll see up there, there's a hole in my ceiling. It started eating through my build. I came outside to look at it, and it created this little rift eating away my stuff. Like, well, that can't be good. So I went up a little higher, and I kind of noticed we got some taint going on here, eating my stuff. We have a giant taint seed. We got taint block. We got whatever the heck these things are. Taint tendrils. This is not good. This is not good. What is this? Now we got a tainted mother spider. And the problem with the animals, when they get taint on them, as they walk around, they spread the taint. I think there's only one way we can get rid of taint. I think it's time to clear this out. Alright, we need to crank this up a little bit. Okay. How much are we producing? 3 million RF? Oh. I think I added the 0 in the wrong spot. Remember what I was saying about you need to maintain stability of your shield strength? There is no way to stop the overload. I suggest you run. Well, I do have infinity armor. Well, it's definitely going to get rid of the taint. So how much of the base do you think will actually go kaboom? My game is going to crash. And we'll have to actually log back in to see the crater. Yeah, I just can't get anything to render. Oh, hello. And now it crashed. Okay. Okay, here's where my base used to be. As soon as it renders in, we'll have to fly around the crater. Yeah, it's not a very big crater. There's my nuclear reactor in the basement. See what I mean by just kind of leveling the top of the mountain? It kind of spewed out lava. It didn't quite go down to bedrock now, did it? Oh wow, that is too cool. You know what I think stopped it from being a bad explosion is the battery that was underneath it. Oh. That's a big tear. I did not know that was there. See, I remember having this big tear. This is where, oh, these crystals from Astral Sorcery did not break. This is where the taint was at. Okay. It didn't even go out and destroy, well, it kind of blew the top off. My applied energistics is broken. Well, I'd say that would be the end of this series. Alright. Thanks everybody for showing up. Please leave a like, share with all your friends, and as always, we'll see you next time.